All right, let's dive into a story that's going to make you rethink everything you thought you knew about generosity. It's this incredible tale about poverty, one single choice, and a final judgment that shows us what a gift is really worth. So our story kicks off with this brilliant scholar, Mohammed ibn Miskin, but we meet him when he's hit rock bottom. I mean, he and his family haven't eaten for days. And we're not just talking about being hungry. This is that deep, soul-crushing desperation that makes you leave your own home just hoping to find a single scrap of food. And this is where we get to the core question, the real head-scratcher of this whole story. It just doesn't seem to make sense, right? How could two little sweet wafers possibly outweigh a whole lifetime of good deeds? It sounds crazy, but stick with me, because we're going to figure it out. Okay, so first up, a scholar's hunger. Let's really dig into this situation, this level of poverty that's pushing him right to the brink. Just try to put yourself in his shoes for a second. This isn't just some guy. He's a respected scholar, a big deal in his community. And now he's forced to make this gut-wrenching choice, sell his own home, the roof over his family's head, just to get some food. It is literally the last thing he could possibly do. And then, right when things look their worst, there's this little spark of hope. Another scholar spots him, sees how much he's suffering, and gives him a small gift, just 2 sweet wafers. Now, to you and me, that might not sound like a lot, but to a starving man, that's the whole world. It's this moment of pure relief, a tiny break from all that pain. But that feeling of relief, it doesn't last long. Not at all, because he's about to face what feels like an impossible choice. So he's walking along, holding the only food he's seen in days, and he runs into a woman with her 2 little kids. And when he looks at them, he sees it right away, that same exact hunger in their eyes that he feels in his own stomach. And what she says to him, it's so simple, but it's just devastating. She's in the same boat he is, but she has to watch her children suffer too. Her words just slice right through him, getting to the absolute core of his problem. He sees her crying, and he just breaks down. He starts weeping too. And it's not just pity for her. It's because he gets it. He knows her pain on a deep, personal level. And the tragic thing is, he's holding the answer right there in his hand. But it's the answer for his family's hunger, not hers. And in this incredible moment of pure empathy, he does it. He gives her the wafers. You have to understand, that was everything he had in the world, his only hope. And just like that, it's gone. He's right back where he started, with nothing. So the big question is, what happens next? Well, you won't believe it. Right after this act of complete and total self-sacrifice, things take a wild, unexpected turn. We're talking almost immediately. Suddenly, 3,000 dirham show up. I mean, think about that. This is a massive amount of money for anyone, let alone for a guy who just seconds ago owned nothing but 2 little wafers. And where this money comes from is just, wow, it's almost unbelievable. A man tracks him down and says, "Hey, I've been looking for you for years. I owe your late father money, and I need to pay you back." And boom, just like that, all his financial troubles are gone. So what's the first thing he does with all this new money? Does he go on a shopping spree? No. The very first thing he does is go find that woman and her kids. He makes sure they're taken care of, setting them up with money so they'll never have to worry about food again. It just goes to show you, his character was solid, whether he was poor or rich. Okay, so he got his reward in this life, right? But that's not even the main point. The real heart of this story, the real climax, happens in a dream about the day of judgment. So in this dream, he's standing there, on the day of judgment, that ultimate moment of truth. He's before God, and these giant scales are brought out to weigh every single thing he's ever done. All the good stuff on one side, all the bad on the other. Okay, so on one side of the scales, they start piling up his life's work. All his studying, his teaching, his charity, everything. But here's the kicker. One by one, each deed is shown to have a little bit of pride attached, a little bit of wanting to look good in front of others. And the scale of his sins starts to dip lower. It's not looking good. And then they place the 2 wafers on the other scale. And because that one act was done with zero ego, with pure sincerity, when he had absolutely nothing and expected nothing back, boom, they outweigh all of it. Everything. So there it is. The dream gives us the answer to our big question. But let's really unpack the why behind it. What is this principle that makes one small gift so much heavier than a lifetime of others? The concept has a name, ethar. And this isn't your everyday charity. It's something much deeper. It's this specific type of selflessness where you give to someone else even when you're in desperate need yourself. It's literally choosing to put someone else's survival above your own. Think about that. It's a complete flip of our usual priorities. And this whole idea is summed up perfectly in a well-known saying from the Prophet Muhammad. He said that a single coin, just 1 dirham, could actually be worth more than 100,000 dirhams. Now, on the surface, that sounds like crazy math, right? But it's not about the number on the coin. It's all about proportion and what that sacrifice really means to the person giving it. Let's make this super clear. Look at person A. They've only got 2 coins to their name. 2. And they give 1 away. That's 50% of their entire net worth. That's a huge life-changing sacrifice. Now look at person B. They give away 100,000 dirhams, which sounds like a lot, and it is, but for them, it's only 5% of their massive fortune. They're not going to skip a meal over it. Their life won't change one bit. You see the difference? Person A's gift came from a place of true, painful sacrifice. And that really brings us to the heart of it all, the big lesson from this whole story. It's not about the price tag of the gift. It's about the sincerity of the heart that gives it. What's going on inside the person when they give? Is it pure? Is it really for the other person? And crucially, what did it truly cost them? Not in money, but in what they had to give up. That's the real measure. So this old story leaves us with a really powerful question for our own lives right now. It forces us to stop counting what we give and start thinking about the quality of our giving. It's asking us to look inside and ask ourselves, what am I really willing to give up for someone else? And maybe that's the real measure of our generosity.